Alright guys, so I'm coming through with another video, and honestly I already made this video what it is. I titled it what I titled it, but I want to make this video for both genders, going both ways, male and female. So let me just get into this first, and I will speak on males as well. So I want both genders, both male and female, to stay tuned throughout this video, and I want to tell you guys the truth, what I always do on this channel. It is going to nothing but help everybody. And you know what, I honestly feel today a lot of people are their own worst enemy, and I made a video on this recently, but I want to get even deeper and dive deeper into this. So there's a certain, there's a certain female I want you guys to avoid at all cost. And for the females, there's certain types of males that I want you guys to avoid at all costs. And you know what? People can make mistakes. People can do this. People can do that. You can never count anybody out. People can change. I'm not saying you should be counting on somebody, but don't ever count people out. Especially if you see potential in them, so on and so forth. So, in this specific time, I want you guys avoiding these people. Like I said, they're capable of changing. They can. But is it going to happen? I don't know. It depends on the person. Like I said, people can change, but you have to leave people alone sometimes. Even if deep down you want to be with them, sometimes you just got to leave people alone. So I'm just going to come out and say it right now. So when it comes to women, guys, the type of girl that you want to avoid at all costs is a female who, she wants you to prove yourself to her. She wants you to prove yourself to her. She puts everything on you, and nothing about her even matters or exists. It's like she's just Miss Perfect. It's like she's just who she is. She's never going to change. She is who she is. She's the prize. She's the queen. But you have to prove 1,000,001 things to this lady. The biggest red flag of all time, right there. You avoid that type of woman at all cost. At all cost. First of all, I'll guarantee you right now, she has that Miss Independent mindset. She has so many flaws in herself that it's not even funny, which is why she wants to put all the attention onto you. She wants your attention, but she wants to put all the attention onto you in a manner where it's like, not the attention, she wants to put the focus onto you. So you're the one that has to prove yourself to her, and she does not have to do anything. Like I said, she just has to exist. But we all know when it comes to relationships, guys, guess what? Guess what? It's a two-way street. It takes two to tango. It takes communication. It takes being on the same page. It takes real commitment. It takes a lot of things. That's why this is such a huge red flag. Who knows what happened to a type of woman of this caliber? It could be traumatic things that happened to this woman in the past. It could be society brainwashing, because there's some girls out there that's young that has this type of mindset, and I just don't ever see anything that ever happened to them. Like, I just don't even think anything ever did. But some people are so brainwashed in society that they think this is the way to go. They think playing hard to get, they think doing all these things is the key, when it is not at all. Nobody gives a shit if you're playing hard to get. Nobody gives a rat's ass. No, anyone who's going to play into that game is a moron. If you fool somebody like that, it's just pathetic. And if you allow a woman like this to gain any control over you at all, you are a sucker. And you have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. You have no idea. This is very toxic. It's as toxic as it gets. And some of these women play this game because it's they have this shield up. They deep down inside want the right thing for them, but they will never get it because they'll forever have their shield up. They're so terrified. They can't take a chance. They can't take a risk. They don't want to look stupid. Like, they're so egotistical. They're so egotistical because they can't even take a risk. They can't even put themselves out there. They think they're too cool for school. This is how they are. And they put every bit of the focus on to you. Like, you're the one that has to bend over backwards. She is who she is. She's perfect. She is perfect. Not a flaw. Nothing wrong. She doesn't have to communicate with you. She just always thinks she's above you 24/7. That's just how these type of women are, and I'm telling you guys now. I've dealt with some of these. And I didn't know it at first. But as you keep talking to them, as you keep going, it's like, damn. You might have thought she was just playing hard to get at first, but now it's like, damn, that's really who she is. She ain't doing anything. She ain't budging. You leave them alone. You know what? They could have missed out on something amazing because they were too stubborn. Too stuck in their ways. Too toxic. It is toxic. Because deep down, there's a part of them that really does want you, but they're too afraid. They're too fearful. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things. Like, there's so many things going on. What is preventing them from being the right match for you? There's so many things. And they don't even realize this. They think they're doing the right thing. They just flat out really do believe. They really think they're doing the right thing, but they're not at all. They're doing the complete opposite of what they really should be doing. And it might take some people like this a while to realize this. A long time. You can't connect with somebody. You can't be vulnerable with somebody. You can't open up to somebody. You cannot, and you shouldn't do this flat at the gate, but you can't even get to that point after months and months and months and months and months of talking to somebody that you like and desire and you see potential in. You can't even do that. Like, you're just deathly afraid. And you know what? Not every person in the world that is like this is a bad person. I'm not saying that. But what you do is you leave them alone. That situation in itself, it's very toxic. And it's disturbing to be on the other end of that. And I know for a fact it is. It is disturbing. It's very negative towards a person on the other end of something like that. Very negative. It can be abusive if it gets to that point. So this is a type of woman that you avoid at all cost. And for women, the type of guy you want to avoid is kind of like the same thing. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'll call them friends, but I know people and I know guys. They literally tell me themselves, I'm just going to talk to this girl. I'm going to hook up with her and I'm going to ghost her. And there is guys like this that do exist. And you know what? You're not going to see it coming. You're not going to see it coming from a hole in the wall. It's going to happen, and then it happens. And a lot of guys like this, the reason why they do that is because they got screwed over by a female. It could have been their mother. It could have been another female that they were in a relationship before that. But no guy is going to just do that because that's who he is. Something happened to that guy with another female. In order for him to do that, I guarantee you right now, 10 times out of 10, that's what it is. So, You want to avoid guys like that. Even whenever certain guys tell me things like that, I just shake my head like, man, you're an idiot. Like why? Why do that? And you know what? If you're going to hook up with somebody, you're going to hook up with somebody. It can be mutual, but if you're going to play somebody, if you're going to lead them on, string them along, make it seem like it's really something, and you just get what you want and then you dip. Toxic. You want to avoid guys like this, and sometimes you don't know that you're dealing with that guy, but you are. And if you know you are, it's nobody's fault of your own if you keep playing around with a guy like that. It's somebody's fault but your own. And you know, there's even guys out there that's kind of like, it's the same thing with these girls that do exactly what I just explained. They want you to prove yourself, to prove everything, to be a perfect fit for them when they are not even a perfect fit for you. They're toxic. They have so many holes. They have so many flaws in their game. They can't bring you what you deserve, but they expect you to do that. And it's crazy because I know guys today that are dating girls and they're making posts on social media saying, oh, I thank this girl so much for what she does for me and all this, and this. And I'm just thinking in my head, and I can see it in their eyes. I can see the person that's making this post, the guy itself. And I'm like, damn. He's really using this girl as like a mother figure. This is what's going on. And I can see through I can see through things like that. I really can. And I think a woman like this is getting taken advantage of. Because this guy is not who he needs to be for her, but she is doing everything for him. You should leave that guy. You should leave a guy like that, because I think, like I said, guys, relationships, it takes two to tango. Do you want a successful relationship or not? Because it takes work, it takes honesty, it takes commitment, it takes everything you can possibly think of. It takes being on point as a person. You have to be on point, your partner has to be on point. Forget about genders. This is how it has to be, or it's not going to work out. It could work out for 10 years. It's going to fall. I know people who was in relationships for 5, 6, 7 years, failed. Up to 10 years, failed. And it's because they hold on when they should have let go a long time ago. Because they were comfortable. They were used to it. But it's never the right thing to do. And you're only wasting time in your own life for actually developing as a person. Give yourself some damn time to develop. Even people and toxic people that I speak of in this video, you know, somebody could really be in the wrong headspace and then finally get it right. Maybe 3, 4, 5 years later. It can happen. That's why I'm saying you can never just completely overlook somebody, because they are capable of change. Sometimes people just get a little bit confused. Sometimes people are a little just messed up and they're just not doing the right things right now, but maybe they will get it right and they'll be the person they need to be. And sometimes they never will. So those are the people you can never deal with. You can't deal with toxic people, period. It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of breath. It's a waste of everything. And if you're willing to deal with a toxic person, you ain't so hot yourself. I'll guarantee you that right now, because if you are, if you got your shit together, if you got good things going for you, you're not going to deal with it. You're not going to. Life is going to be so much better without them. You need somebody who is going to make your life better than it already is. It doesn't matter what level you're on. Somebody has to add to your life. And what you have to do is also look in the mirror, and you have to make somebody else's life greater as well. It can't just be the other person. You have to bring another person value as well. You have to be able to do nice things for them. You have to be able to give them gifts. You have to be able to make them feel good emotionally, safe emotionally. Like, there's just certain things that you must do. And gifts, schmish, like, it's not the most important thing, but like, you're going to want to do those things. Trust me. I've had real love in my life before, and I would have died for that person. I would have given them everything. Everything. And that's what it comes down to. That's how you know you have something real. That's how you know it's worthwhile. But you can't be in a position where you feel like that towards a person and they don't feel like that towards you. You have to leave. You have to leave. And that is it. So, you guys get the point. You know, this video is really not gender based. And for those of you that watch this whole video, you know that. You know that. So, that's it for this video. I'll be back with the next one.